Well, we're live. We are actually live. This is the miracle place of where everything happens, I suppose. Right? I mean, I'm well lit. I'm green screeny. I've got this little thing in the background. We'll take care of that. You don't know what your set really looks like until you're live. But I wanted to go and talk to a few people about Pathfinder. Uh, D&D Pathfinder. We've going to talk a little bit about some science fiction books, some old stuff, and we want to maybe talk a little bit about what's going on in the future. Anyway, for the future, for me anyway, I do marketing and public relations, but my best thing that I can do is a lot of times when I work with people, I always seem to be able to make them money. It would be wonderful if you could just go in and represent yourself and make bazillion dollars, but that's just not how it works. But what I'm able to do um, is talk to people about where they are, where they're going to be, and what they want to do. Your business, whatever it is, always starts with the sale. No sale, no accountants to tell you how you can cut costs. No, nothing. So there is that. But I was going to just go through a few things. I was going to talk about the business stuff, the money stuff, because I want to talk about what people are doing with the script stuff and the culture stuff and my game stuff. Okay, so that is tell them what we're gonna what tell them what we're gonna tell them. Now we tell you, and then we're gonna tell you what we told you. Okay, so yeah, um, I as I said, I'm not used to just doing this all by myself, but I am all by myself, and I never want to be alone again. Never want to start with someone new. Uh, anyway, so I just want to say uh okay, let's go through accountants, marketing people, story people, creative people versus accountants. So when you write your story, for example, you're writing your story and you get it done. And let's go with one of the greater authors. Okay. I'm going to be reading this book a little bit later. Okay. This is Pure Anthony. By the way, Xanth is awesome. Uh, you know, a lot of the series that I'm reading through right now is the series I've completed before, but Xanth has what 30 books, something like that. He used to write one a year. Well, the only thing that he didn't pick the cover probably, and his control started at where he start writing his story right down the center. Okay. Well, let's say if you're going to make a movie, right? When you make a movie, you don't staying close to the source material and wanting your own creative juve or whatever it is, put in Genevieve, right? Or whatever that word is. Anyway, whatever that is, when you want to create a movie, it's a totally different medium. So people who think that they can be great on TV, right, usually aren't great on radio. And being great on radio a lot of times doesn't translate to being great on TV. When we do on radio is we try to make a connection to that one person, and a lot of times it's in this case I'm hoping that that one person is just you, that one person that we are their friend and neighbor, and they can always come to us. They can tell us about what happened that was good and bad during the day. They can reach out to us and say these are interesting stories, and maybe I'll have a great story for you to share with you today too. When we're talking on radio or when we just do audio, right? It allows the mind to wander. It is not as specific as being on video. When we're on video, we have to look a certain way. We have to make the image just about every bit as good, or if not better, than the sound. But the sound, if you just close your eyes and pull back the sheets a little bit closer and listen to me for a couple hours, I'm going to be your friend as you go to sleep at night. I'm going to be the friend that wakes up with you in the morning. I'm going to be the one that you can call into and leave messages with, and we're going to respond to you on the air. We might not be able to respond to every single individual that talks to us, right? We might not be able to read all the emails, but we kind of get a gist, and we try to generally address the problems that are going around right that moment. So if we're going to be on radio, if we're going to be on an audio format, like it could be Audible, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to address the mind and the ear on talk radio. And what's gotten us into a lot of trouble is that what we want to do is we want to jam up the emotions. Well, that's great if you want to sell gold. You want to sell crisis things, but it doesn't sell. What it doesn't sell is it doesn't sell uh uh washing machines, doesn't sell dryers, doesn't hard to sell cars if you're just causing people to be in fear mode. In order to be enlightened, in order to be better, we really have to go out there and we have to say, who do we want to be our customers? And if we're going to say, who do we want to be our customers? Are they going to be 70 to 90-year-old guys? We just went through a real live exercise with that, with the election, right? And they lost hardcore because the women always win. Doesn't matter if you're a guy, just listen to me. The women are always going to win. You know, you might want a bathroom, a man cave, or whatever, but whatever it is, if you're going to be in that long-term relationship, you're going to want her to win all the time, just on major things. You know, on every minor thing, you're going to lose. Okay. And if you're not going to lose to her, you're going to lose to your mother in law because that's how it works. You know, if we want to, but when it, so what we had in a live fire exercise on the election was a little bit of bad marketing, a lot of bit of bad marketing, a lot of what we thought people were saying because they're seeing the ratings on their closed media loop. In other words, all their friends thought it was a great idea to do this one thing because there are only like 10 guys in a room, and 10 guys in a room always make bad decisions. You know, did you know that until women went on to Jamestown, until till women start joining the ships, right? Every colony in the United States failed. Just absolutely failed. Okay. But when the women start joining it, it adds a different perspective on things, and it makes guys want to work differently. And it makes everything happen. So you could put a gun to a guy's head, but that's not nearly as big as a gun as his wife talking to his ear. Just isn't. So when we're talking about trying to move people's butts and get them in the seats, like in Disneyland, they're closing their park, they're raising their it is $164 a day to go to Disneyland, right? And it's $179 a day on some days. So it's nearly closing on nearly $2,000 a day to bring your family to Disneyland. Now, who's that for? Okay. Who can afford to do that? When it used to be like $200 a year, you could go to the park all the time and ride all the rides. And when you had fast passes that were free, it was just a convenience thing because they wanted more people to be eating. Now they're charging for the fast passes, right? Maybe it's all a marketing idea. Maybe what we want is we want people to love the experience long term versus love the experience short term. So I love Star Trek, the old Star Trek, but they took it and they didn't respect it, and they took it out there and they made it what it isn't. Spock is not gay. Spock's not his mind isn't screwed up. Spock's not dyslexic. Spock is brilliant. Spock is absolutely brilliant. He's as a character. Okay. So when you don't respect that, you lose the cachet of those fans. And those fans are what make the property worth buying. Those fans are the fans that are going to buy your toys. They're going to buy your merch. They're going to buy your stuff. So when we want to talk about what's going on in our society, We're really confused right now because we don't really know what we want. In Babylon 5, we say, "Who are you and what do you want?" If you know those two things, you can tell everything about somebody. What do you really want? Who are you? And what are your goals and what do you want? Anyway, I just thought I would try the live stream option just to be with you on YouTube. I really haven't done it before. And I'm not used to not having to not being able to scratch your nose or something, right? So I've got to get used to the video things. And if you'll get used to me and I'll get used to you, we'll make it for a while. If you want to leave a message for me, if you want to talk to me in any way, just leave a chat message. And I'd love to be with you too. Because it's been years. It's been years since I've been with my audience, and I miss you, and I want to be with you. And if you see something that upsets you or something that you think is funny, leave me a message. I'd love to see it. If you have a local news clip that you want to talk about, I'm here to talk about your local news clip. I'm here to listen to your music, right? And I'll share some of my music with you. Well, all the stuff that we can share that's legal, right? So it's been a while, and mostly that's been my fault. But I'm hoping that in the next little while, with all our media out there, with the bazillion channels on YouTube, with TV that you can spend other time with other things, I just want you to know that I'm here to spend a couple hours with you, if possible, each day. And the way you make that possible is you go into Patreon, you leave some stuff in the tip jar, you leave some super chat, you follow us on Twitch. I'm Mealer Boat on Twitch too. But if you think that something's important, that something's not getting addressed, show me some articles. Bring something to me. Just ask me. I'd love to talk to you about it. Anyway, it's been great to be with you. My name is Michael Tanner, and I'm going to be signing off.